Welcome viewers, Reverend Dr. J.W. Morrison, theologist. I think it's been 5-6 months since my breakup. I followed protocol. I tried not to let it happen, but it did. Can't blame anyone. It is what it is, and it was what it was. But you got to go through the motions, the rumination, the shock, the nervous system running at 90%. Feels like your hair's on fire. You've lost your friend, you've lost your mate. Circumstantially, but these things happen. It's a part of life. Sometimes things just don't work out the way that they should. I got a little bit scared of watching her with some of her habits. It was scary. It was starting to frighten me. I didn't want to see people die and all that sort of stuff. I'd had family members that have died from these type of habits and things, and there was other stuff going on, triangulation and stuff, which was out of everyone's control, and the relationship declined and my mental health declined. I guess hers did as well. I think it was working both ways. You can't interfere with people and their children. You can only call it the problem what it is. Whatever happens after that is what it is, and there's only so much you can do to hang in when somebody's indirectly running the relationship from behind. You can show that person whether you're a good person or not, and it's up to them whether they're going to believe that or not. But when you get put into a corner, into a position where you're going to end up looking like a bad person anyway by abandoning the relationship due to just being tired of what's going on in the background, you're going to look like the bad person anyway. You can't win. It's a no-win situation, and you've just got to accept it for what it is. Okay, then that's it. That's what it is. And there's not much you can do about it. You go through the ruminating. I got a bit of a shock at the end there. There was some things that I could see coming. I was trying to get closer, but it was always a battle to try and get closer because, again, behind the scenes, things weren't as they appeared. Things just couldn't get it to go forward. And I couldn't understand why. And I know mothers and their sons and all this and that, but I had a mother and I was her son, and she would never have let me get away with what this guy got away with. Oh no. This guy just blocked one side of the relationship. It was hilarious. And I tried to show this woman, that I'm in this relationship. If you want, stability in that. But it always seemed to be an uphill battle. I don't know why. I think she was torn. She was very enmeshed with that guy, with the son, the golden child. That's always going to bring challenges psychologically for the person, because there's an element of dependence on the child, and that doesn't change. If you know anything about emotional incest, covert emotional incest, it's only covert while you don't know about it. As soon as you know about it, it's overt, because you'll watch it manifesting. And when you call it out, be careful, because you're calling out the domestic formation of the way people have chosen to live. So you're calling out the core connection, as it were, within that tribe. And they're not going to like it. I have to give her 10 points. She realised, she knew that it was out of order, but there wasn't much she could do. And I realised that. It was a matter of whether I wanted to live like that. I'd never run into people that hostile before. I hadn't brought anything really to the table that was reason for that. This person was used to people submitting to his moods and other forms of behaviour. I wasn't willing to do that. That really rustled some feathers, because I wasn't submitting to the spirit behind it all, which was evil. I mean, when you got a controlling spirit working as a victim, making up lies and things, and it's clear to see, man, you got trouble on your hands, big time. You have got trouble, big time, and it wears at you because you're being offended. You're supposed to be the trouble. You're supposed to be doing bad things to people, you know. It just goes on and on and on and on, relentlessly. And what I couldn't figure out was what this lady was trying to do. I think she was just hanging on to the supply. I don't think she, given the way it was all managed, was particularly interested in the core of the relationship, whatever that core was. I just don't think she was interested in that. I'm not to say that she didn't like me or she didn't want the relationship to work, but there was too many things missing to believe that she wanted the relationship to work, which was really hard. But you know, at this age, you don't want to be mucking around too much with the things of love and all that sort of stuff. You definitely don't want to be mucked around by young people that really haven't, you know, got a clue about what's going on and what life's about. They're just pulling people down and, you know, making it convenient for themselves. They're making themselves look really dysfunctional and out of sync. They've got no respect for their mother and what she was possibly going to obtain for herself in her life. They undermine all that because people won't tolerate it. People won't put up with rubbish. And of course, being somebody that lived in the house, I guess she had to protect the income, whatever they were putting in, whatever he was putting into the house. But from what I saw, there was a lot of leeching going on. Not to criticise, it just was. That doesn't help people develop. If my kids don't pay their rent, they get kicked out, straight up, bang, out. That's why they pay their rent. I guess too, I don't need them there. I've got myself in a position in life where I'd never been in debt until I married a narcissist. Now I'm in debt, but luckily the debt's not too bad. It's less than most people pay rent. And I don't need to rely on people to help me pay things or do things. Just did the work early in life, got myself to this point in life, and now I'm not in a situation where I need to be manipulated or controlled or anything like that. by young people. When you're in a situation where you do need to rely on people that you live with, I guess this was her situation, and they're not liking you and that person's stuck in that predicament, they more or less sold their soul to live with their children for the rest of their lives. That's basically what the message is. And they've probably groomed them for that to happen, groomed them in a way in which they'll be reliant on her for possibly most of their life, given 1/3 of their lives is already gone. That makes no room for you in that side of their life. The attitude and aptitude and interpretation of who you are of that person, be it the golden son or whatever, has wiped out her contribution domestically from her side of it. 100% got wiped out. It was just a wipeout. It was just an interference that I was willing to put up with for a while, but not in the end. I'd had enough in the end. Not being able to go to her place and then, you know, making out nothing's wrong and we're all going to go to a family event together. That was it for me. I think it was deliberate. I think she knew that I would discard her on that one, because that was the end of the trauma for me. I'd had enough. I'd dealt with these idiots for long enough. It all become a bit of a joke to me. If somebody can't sort their children out for the benefit of their relationship so that everyone can get along, no, not at the level I live at, not at the way I work at work. I needed love and support, not idiots in the background interfering with everything and controlling my partner. That's what was going on. And in the end, the relationship was dissolved. And it was dissolved on the premise of negligence. Negligence. Complete and utter negligence. Negligence that I wasn't prepared to put up with. In the end. And that was it. Over. You're farting a lot, aren't you? Steady now. Steady now. Come on. Steady. Can you take him? Come on. Here. No, he's going to hurt himself. Silly dog.
Did you have fun, darling? Did you have fun today?
So, I'm Reverend Dr. J.W. Morrison, theologist. Bye for now.